YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Hold It Down Jay, and thank y'all for tuning in for another episode. Look, I know it's been a while. That's on me. That's my fault. But I really need to catch up with y'all. I need to tell y'all exactly what's going on, what I've been accomplishing, what I'm in the process of doing, and some new updates. So until then, I'm going to just let y'all hear the theme song, and I'm going to get back to y'all. Y'all, welcome back. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Lately, what I've been doing, I've been working on this certification. As some of y'all may know, I enrolled inside SANS Cloud Security Certification Pathway. And what that entailed was I wanted to become a cloud security engineer, and they have different courses that you can take. In a matter of 4 courses you have to take over time to get the complete graduate certificate. I took the GCLD recently, which is the GIAC Cloud Security Essentials. Honestly, it was a pretty good exam. I got the fundamentals of GCP, AWS, and Azure, showed me how to configure firewalls, basic networking fundamentals, and a lot of other extra stuff. Terraform that I never played with before. Some experiences that I had with it. When I always have to read regulations, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a little dry to me. But that's not their fault. I mean, it's really hard to make regulations very fun. And I'm talking about as far as frameworks and all that stuff. But I understand why it's a thing, because you honestly need that in order to understand how things work. And if you're doing like pen testing, you don't want to possibly do a vulnerability scan on a system that you're not allowed to touch. 5 different books that they assign you with: identity access management, networking, logging, and some other things I can't think off the top of my head. But overall, good thing. You need technically like a 60 something, I believe like a 60 or 70 something. But I ended up passing with like a 78, I believe. Now, I will be honest, after that whole certification thing, because they give you the books, you get like 3 to 4 months to take the exam. So they send you 5 thick books, and I'm not gonna lie, I ended up getting burnt out. After I took the test, I ended up going to Universal Studios with my family, and we had a really good time. I think it's really good to just relax and just cool off a bit, because sometimes we can get so caught up in studying and achieving our goals, but not realizing that we need a break sometimes. And that's my problem. I can really study, but sometimes I don't know when to take a break. Thankfully for my girl, because she'll tell me when to take a break, and that always comes in clutch. But Universal Studio was a blast. I don't think a lot of people talk about the burnout and the consistent learning that you have to do when it comes to cybersecurity and whatever tech field you have, because technology is always emerging and there's always new things to learn. And if you're always learning, when do you ever have time for yourself? So you always have to give yourself that little grace and tell yourself everything is all right. You're in the right direction. Just learn how to get better at balancing. It's not always going to be perfect, but the best thing you can do is at least try the best of your ability. And that's what I'm trying to accomplish. But that's no excuse as far as the videos. I'll get a lot better with that. I'm trying to do a consistency of at least 1 video a week. That way I can just demonstrate to y'all and actually show y'all a lot of things. But sometimes I realized some signs that I had that I realized I was getting burnt out was when I lacked motivation to actually study. Yes, I know it sounds crazy, but typically if you already studying, or if you're reading a book, sometimes you're going to feel bored. You're not going to be motivated to read. But sometimes you'll really know. Like, I really had that time where I was just, oh my God, I was just studying. And some days I was just like, man, can I just like take a break? And I should have, even in between studying, I should have gave myself breaks. I was just, try not to overdo it, because you can really stress yourself out. And then you burn yourself out so much to where when you take a break and get back into it, you gotta, I ain't gonna say learn everything over, but instead of just moderately doing it over time, then you'll probably be out a lot better. And one thing I will say to avoid burnout, just give yourself a little schedule. Some people they study 5, 6 hours a week. I mean a day. Me personally, I'm on the consistency of studying an hour and a half, 2 hours a day. I'm not trying to study. Even if I do an hour, I'm still cool with that because at least I've done something. And you have to reward yourself, even if it's not the goal that you wanted to do for the day. And let's say you wanted to do exactly 2 hours and you only did 30 minutes. Guess what? You already did good because a lot of times people they get so frustrated and like, oh, I'm not hitting my goals. But guess what? Starting is the hardest part, but if you can honestly get past that portion of actually just starting and opening up the book, and even if it's just a paragraph, you already did the hardest part. But other than that, I want to talk about the exact future plans that we got coming up. The future plans I want to do in the future, I want to do a couple of interviews with some cybersecurity experts or whoever's in tech. I also want to do a lot of labs that I've been dealing with as far as the cloud security portion. Of course, do a little tutorials, but also I want to open up a little bit more and tell y'all exactly more so like blogging, like telling y'all about cybersecurity and life experiences because I can you can always read a book, but sometimes people aren't as authentic when they're telling their exact lifestyle. And I want to be exactly real as far as the cybersecurity aspect, so you know what to expect when you do get your experience, or if you're feeling some type of way about a certain situation. 9 times out of 10, I probably done it, but I want to exactly project it to you guys so that way you don't feel alone while going through this journey because honestly, it probably happens to a lot of us, but you probably don't know. I'll be working on some new projects. I'm trying to learn a new programming language now, Python. I want to really get really good at it. Like, I mean, great. I'm gonna try to work on some machine learning projects dealing with cybersecurity. I know it deals with a lot of mathematics from what I was told, and I'm ready for a challenge. You know, there's nothing that I don't think that I can't do. So I know it's gonna take a little while, but I'm excited. I just want to see exactly where it takes me. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, comment. And if y'all have any questions or any content that y'all would like to see, please leave it in the comments. Hit me up.